Radio, your eye on South Sudan.
The Dawn on iRadio.
Yes, a very good morning to you and welcome to another edition of the Dawn program on iRadio, your eye on South Sudan. It's Thursday, the 4th of September 2025. My name is Emmanuel Joseph Akile, together with Darlington Moses, who's behind the social media coverage. I'll be right here in the studio with you on the show from now up to 8 a.m. Well, thank you for starting your day with the Dawn program. It is on iRadio every weekday from 6 to 8. To comment on any story that will be featuring on today's edition of The Dawn, do not hesitate. You can later on be part of the conversation by dialing 0911 or 22986 a text message on 13986. You can also stream these broadcasts live by logging onto our website, iRadio.org, or us on Facebook and X at iRadio Juba, and do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, iRadio South Sudan. صباح الخير مستمعي راديو، أهلا ومرحبا بك في حلقة جديد من برنامج الدون الليلة يوم الخميس الموافق 4/9/2025. البرنامج بيجيك في يوم الأسبوع من الساعة 6 ل 8. شارك معنا بعدين بالاتصال لأرقامنا ورسل لنا رسالة نصية. تابعونا على الإنترنت على الموقع iRadio.org، على الفيسبوك وإكس على iRadio جوبا، وما تنسى تتابعونا على يوتيوب شانل iRadio South Sudan. نمشي لفاصل ومنه حنبدأ بفقرتنا بتاع ريزيدنس ريبورت.
نتاكم في جنوب السودان. Good morning, it's iRadio.
مرحبا بك مرة ثانية iRadio.
Good morning, Emmanuel.
Yes, good morning.
Let me be the first guy. This is Median Day.
Ding, number one today.
Yeah. So, my greeting goes to all listeners and our writers on social media, SMS, and also the regular callers. I'm greeting my brother David Magog for that calling wow here. And I'm also greeting Mr. Majoka Chok and Benjang in GOC in Juba. I'm also greeting Mama Maria. I'm greeting Sir Isaac. I'm greeting Sultan Joseph. I'm also greeting Suleiman and the rest of the callers in Juba. Based in Juba, I'm here to also greet people all the way from Upper Nile and people from Awil, and also greeting people from different parts of South Sudan who are calling through iRadio. You know, it has been a long without actually sharing my thought in the citizen call. And on this particular juncture, I want to actually extend my concern on issues to do with the government. And this is the only thing that we always discuss, because we have chosen to take this country through our advice to our government. If some of them take us critics, we are not criticizing, but we are telling what to be done. I'm choosing to tell our government that, please, I was been talking yesterday about thing to do with how to manage the finance, something small, that is a layman point. It's not something to do with economies or big proprietors or something. So I'm just suggesting that if government could have listened to our voices, the citizens, we are saying that we need a monthly report about the revenues. Say that citizens of South Sudan want to know how many have been collected every month all over the country. And this is supposed to extend down to the states and also national revenues, so that people are aware, because now we are not like media, there is enough media. And if just any government can open a page or website, so that citizens can access that website and see what is there, should be good. So National Revenue Authority would have at least have a website or even a page, a Facebook page. Then they update the citizen, like I have seen Central Bank have a page, even government of South Sudan have a page. Why not for such a monetary institution like Ministry of Finance? They don't have a page.
Yes, Ding.
Yes.
You actually brought something very interesting and very important that we will be discussing after the news headlines, and we are going to have the announcement of what has been collected from January since the new Commissioner General took over from January up to August. So we are going to give you detailed information about how much has been collected. And let me tell you now, it is more than 900 billion pounds from January up to August.
That's correct. This is what we have been looking for. And that means it will go to what I have said, and that makes sure my advice also goes to them, let them get it. And the same thing we need it in the Ministry of Finance. Ministry of Finance, we need the Ministry of Finance to actually update citizens a clear report in Parliament. And when this report is done in Parliament, we need the Parliament also to update citizens clearly what is actually, how the financial year is being closed and what are the expenditures from all different ministries. Because this is the only way that we can at least reduce the corruption in the country. Which ministry overspend, which ministry underspend, and under which projects. Because we need to see all the ministries are able to develop and are able to work for the country, are able to use this finance for things that benefit the citizens. Because we have not seen ministries operating and their operation costs and all this. At the end of the day, they remain negatives. We have not seen the project being carried. And every ministry have a role to play. And they are not playing any role. Why are they be there? So these are the things that we are asking the government, advising our government, especially the two very big institutions of finance and revenue authority. We need them to give us this report to see who is actually doing the work and who is not doing the work. Because we have seen people are competing, looking for the position, and when they get the position, they don't go and offer the services to the citizen. So why are you looking for the position?
Right.
You go and sit in that big chair in the morning, and you don't do something for the people of South Sudan. This is my good advice, and please, Emmanuel, let it go and let them get it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. وهنسمع الكثير كم قروش اللي جمعوه من شهر واحد لحد شهر 8 في السنة ده حيكون بعد الأخبار. راديو
صباح الخير. Good morning Emmanuel Joseph Akile.
صباح النور.
باتيستا أرمانو من قوي الخزنة.
نعم تفضل.
السلام بتاعي ببدأ لك في استديو تاع راديو كل سنة بتاعكم في يوم بتاع الليلة. وسلام بتاعي بقى كمان زور لقويل دين من واو الهسي طلع قدامي مش يوم.
ده دين يس.
سلام بتاعي له لنسواه وكله سلام لكل 10 ولايات و3 مناطق الإدارية وقيمات وحكومات بتاعه كله. وأنا بقول كده إذا في ناس يعني ربنا كده يشفيهم عشان هم يكونوا فوق ويعملوا معنا تاني بتاع بلد ده محتاج لهم. والفوق ده ناس كمان يا اللي ما بيجي في راسي كل 24 ساعة قاعد أحصل أو في راسي كل ساعة. اللي شفناه والما شفناه اللي عرفناه وما عرفناه والسميناه وما سميناه تازية بتايحر لهم يقول لهم الرب عطى الرب هكذا يكون اسم الرب مبارك. وصباح جميل زي ده بيكون في ناس مسافرين وفي ناس قاعدين بيصلوا الماشيين مارقين من المدينة بتاع جوبا يقول يصلوا بالسلامة والجايين حسي يذهبوا لمدينة بتاع جوبا يقول لهم الحمد لله السلامة. ما عندي كثير أسبانة في قرى كويسين ما في حوجة الطلبة في مدارس ماشيين والقاعدين في البيت قاعدين وإحنا بنجهز عشان نمشي للشغل ونتمنى إنه اليوم يكون سعيد لكل زول في يوم بتاع الليلة وربنا يرزقه إن شاء الله يلقى بتاع كيس سلطة ولا كيس عيش يجيبوا لأولاده. شكرا.
Gracias لمشاركتك معنا باتيستا. راديو
صباح الخير إيمانويل جوزيف أكيل.
صباح النور.
الكشف في وسط جوبا.
نعم.
باي في الاستديو وباي كل الموظفين بتاع راديو وباي كل الصحفيين والإعلاميين. سيأتي ماشي الأستاذ مجوب.
نعم كشوك.
كل متصلين ومن نقول لهم صباح الخير. أنا أصبحنا في سنين في COC ما في مشكلة أوضاع مستقر كويس. إيمانويل بيشترك شوية البرلمان بتاعنا القومي. إيمانويل أنا مستغرب إنه تم استدعاء الوزراء ومحضروا جلسة فجأة قالوا رفع جلسة لعدم كفاية تقارير. إيمانويل التقارير الناس ما عرفوا البرلمانيين دايرين على التقارير لأن كان في شكوى من قبل الأعضاء مثلوا دوائر إنه ما في استقرار في جنوب السودان سواء الاقتصادي بالداور ما في سلام يعني بار دخول أجنبي بالتقارير كان لكن أنا ما أعرف فجأة إنه يرفع جلسة إنه عدم كفاية تقارير. فأنا بشوف أخي إيمانويل كانت يعني أصوات كان بتاع البرلمانيين أصوات جميل يعني نحن تعب بقى لنا شغل مع البرلمانيين بقى يعني بقى صوت عشاء في اليوم ده لكن فجأة رفع جلسه لاسباب عدم كفايه. انا بشوفه ما اسباب البرلمان ده بيكون في ضغوطات خارجيه انه توجه من البرلمان بدون نتيجه. مفترض يكون في عشله للبرلمان للوزراء ديل على الاقل، يعني ممكن يصب في المسألة العامة لشعب جنوبي. عروبات ذات الان بس يحرق في مشاكل في مناطق ما في استقرار. ليه الرئيس بيقول انا مع سلام، وفي باقيين زي زياد جرولات في المنطقه تونجا بيقول انه كان في توجيهات من الرئيس انه يوجهوا الجيش يضربوا منطقه تونجا ويسيلوها عليه من قبل وقت المعارضه. فالرئيس بيقول انا مع سلام، والرئيس بجاب تعليمات للجيش يضربوا ناس. اين سلام اخي العزيز؟ اين سلام يا برلمانيين؟ اذا تطلعوا خلي وزير الدفاع والداخليه والاخرين يطلعوا من البرلمان بدون اسئله. اين سلام الوقتي؟ السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام. واحنا دايرين سلام. هو بناكد او نستنكر انه التعليمات بتاعت كان في شنو اللي حصل في المنطقه هناك جاي من الرئيس اي راديو.
الو
نعم
يوسف ايمانويل اكيلي. صباح الخير.
صباح النور.
انا بعيد ونهاية كشوك الفاد أسا وبانجان ومجيون برسل السودان ومجيون وستاز وسليمان الما بسلم السلطان وبيجي بينجناك أنا بسلم علو ماما ماريا مولانا الأور دكتور توني ناك ولدي مأمور ناك سوا أنا بسلم علوم كله أخوي زكريا أنا بسلم علو. إيمانويل أكيلي بلد بتاعنا ده بلد بتاعنا يا جماعة. جنوب السودان ده 64 قبائل ده ومسؤولين في بلد وموجودين في حكومة بلد إيمانويل. إذا دايرين إن إحنا كمواطنين ولا كجنوبيين بعقبة 60 قبيلة يا أخي كلنا قوتات بيرا ونفس المشاكل ونحن ما نعجز. الكلام بقول بلد إذا كان فلان ما في بلد ما في قدام. لا هنا دايرين نقعد كلنا بنقعد بيرا ونادي كويس في انتخابات. الانتخابات بعدين أكبر 60 قبيلة ده يجيبوا ناس بتوعه حكومة الشريف حكومة بيشوف الاتساع حكومة بيشوف العملي حكومة الوحيد الناس. لكن إذا قلنا يعني إذا كان نفرين ثلاثة من القبيلة الفلانية والقبيلة الفلانية ما في جنوب السودان ما في. مرقال الكلام ده ما في. ولا دارين إيمانويل أكيلي ده كان مسك البلد ده ويمشي قدام. أنا ما نقول والله يا أخي الناس فلان ما بيشين بلد ما بمشي. لا ما في كلام ده. الوحدة من الزول اللي حكم الناس من حكومات الشريف كان حاكم ماشي كويس يمشي كويس، محافظ ماشي كويس يمشي كويس، الرئيس ماشي كويس يمشي كويس. إذا ما يجي السلام لكل الناس يا جماعة. لكن لما ناجي يقول لا البلد ما بمشي قدام مرقع عليك ما بمشي قدام إذا كان انتخابات يمشي بعدين والشعب يجيب رئيس بتاعه والرئيس بعدين ما يكون حكومة كما أسا جاب المشاكل ده كلها. ده حكومة اللي عملوها في 2018 ما في حكومة فيها لقبة الرئيس ما في البلد فيه كم 60 قبيلة هنا وزراء يا جماعة. الناس اللي عملوا الكلام ده كله نابو البشير ناس يعطونا دولة ضرر يعملوا لنا مشاكل هسه حاليا. المطلوب هسه حاليا في البلد بتاعنا كده نبغوا تاد بيرام ونسيب الهروبات. والله زول بقول انا بحارب وانا بمسك الجنوب ده براو ما في كلام ده. كلنا نبغوا تاد بدون مشاكل بدون تهجيج من الفلان اي زول عمل حاجه كويس كلنا نجيب براو. الزول وين الناس كلنا نجيب براو. نسيب زول بسوي مشاكل ده ما دارين يا ايمان ولا كيله. السلام موجود هسه حاليا وين والبلد كان سيبوا لي فوضى ما في بلد. البلد فيها فوضى دائما كل هروبات وسلاح وكلام الفارغ ما في. الجيش بتاعنا هو الجيش الوطني لازم دائما حتى الكاب ده كلي دافع بتاعنا ده مثلا نقول ربنا يدا خلاص زي اكل بتاع النيل ده اكل النيل ده شعبه وماشي كويس. لكن اذا كان ربنا يده وقال الناس جايين تعالوا اضرب الملكات ده وكل في ملكات ما لازم يكون في دفاع يا جماعه. زي بوليس هسه حاليا اذا سيب المجرم ولا يجي يضرب الناس بكلو الجيش بتاعنا زي بوليس. شكرا جزيلا.
شكرا لك. ورسالة بتاعه بيصب في المصلحة العامة في البلاد، وده بيجي من سلطان جوزيف هناك. نقرا بعض من الرسائل هنا على الفيسبوك. سوكي ستورسا is saying good morning to iRadio family and is watching us live from Kenya. We have Makwindu Manud is watching us live from Western Bahr Al Ghazal State. Wow, and is sending his greetings to friends and family. Another message here coming in from Justin Kerry, who's saying good morning to iRadio and is watching live from Juba. James Siata is watching us live from Haibazia Jadid in Wow Town, Western Bahr Al Ghazal State, and is saying we are doing well together with our neighbors. Pass my regards to David Magog, Regina Joseph, Charleston, and also Uncle Amin. Another one from Biarkoi Kuya, who is saying good morning to the listeners of our radio and is watching live from Jungle State. Another message from Ataka Nay, who's sending his greetings to us in the studio and is watching us live from High Salam, Awil Town. Message here from Luis Gitano. He's saying good morning, Akile, and regards to you there in the studio, and also to the listeners wherever they are. And not forgetting Facebook writers. I am watching you live from Bafra, High Bafra, that's in Wow. Ayoma Yuang is watching us live from Jungle State. And then Ustaz Ivan from Dialing Wisdom Academy Secondary School, and he's saying I'm watching from High Referendum. Another message here, someone is saying good morning Emmanuel, I'm watching you live from Wow, and my greetings going to you there in the studio and also to the listeners of Fire Radio. That is Alberto Albino. And then another message also from Peter is saying good morning to you there in the studio, and I'm watching live from the airport side. بيجينا 22 دقيقة بعد الساعة 6 نقرأ بعد نمشي لبعض من الإعلانات ومنه حنيجي نواصل.
Are you tired of the long queues while transferring money? Well, MTN Momo International Money Transfer is finally here. You can now send and receive money to Uganda or Kenya, or receive money from the rest of the world. Experience financial freedom and easy life with Momo. To access the service, dial *200 *1 *3 hash.
Albonain. Always at your service. For all wholesale traders, save more for your people. Wholesale food items available now. Sugar, rice, oil, and more, including cars and beyond. Top quality, competitive prices. To place your order, WhatsApp 09123 03076 or 09123 06078, or visit us at Juba Airport Road. Albonain, always at your service. Don't miss out. Quantities are limited.
For too long, the echoes of conflict have scarred our land, tearing the very fabric of our communities. Years of war tore our nation and broke our soul. Where is the promise? South Sudan, a nation born from hope, shaped by resilience, now calls us to a new song, a song of peace, harmony, and forgiveness. Let go of anger and hate. Open your hearts. Every tribe, every clan, join the effort. The same spirit that united us at independence still lives within us. It is time to mend what was broken, to forgive what was done, and to embrace our shared identity as South Sudanese. Today, let us choose a different path. Unity over division, healing over hurt, and understanding over anger. From every village and town, let peace and unity be renowned. Every individual, every community has a vital role to play. Let us reject the divisions of the past and work together for a future where peace is not just a dream, but our lived reality. Forgiveness is our strength. Harmony is our path. And a rebuilt nation is our promise. This message is brought to you by Tiafan and the Central Equatorial State Ministry of Peace Building.
In the skies above South Sudan, trust begins on the ground. At South Sudan Civil Aviation Authority, we don't just manage aviation, we uphold your right to safe, secure, and sustainable air travel. Every flight path is guided by international standards. Every airport protected with enhanced security. Every decision made with future generations in mind. From air traffic control to passenger safety, South Sudan Civil Aviation Authority is investing in systems, people, and policies that guarantee quality service delivery. We are not just overseeing aviation, we are building a reliable, transparent, and resilient airspace for all. Because you deserve to fly with confidence, you deserve to land with peace of mind. South Sudan Civil Aviation Authority. Safe, secure, sustainable. For more information, visit our website at www.sscaa.gov.ss or reach us on support@sscaa.gov.ss.
For information and entertainment, stay tuned to iRadio, your eye on South Sudan.
This is the Dawn Show on iRadio. Wake up, get information, get education, get everything that you need on iRadio.
Welcome back from the break. We continue to pick few calls before we cross to the news desk for headlines. iRadio.
Hello.
Yes, iRadio.
صباح الخير أكيل جزء.
صباح النور.
أبو جاس معكم.
نعم تفضل.
هيتليتك وكل الزملاء بتاعي بكيادة بتاع سليمان هيتراوى ديفيد نابو نابواو جوزيف بتاع لبنان بتاع مونوكيو بسلطان جوزيف بتاعنا تسوق ستة وجوزيف بتاع بودلة كل جميع متصلين أنا بسلم لهم بقول له صباح الخير. نظرة الهيلة بتاعي كويس ما في حاجة بتاعت. يا أخي إيمانويل في حدث كده كان حصل الأسبوع الفات في منطقة أكيليري في أرو جانكشن. يعني في ناس مجهولين جا قتل زول وقتل مرته على راسه شالوا عياله اكتفوا عيال لحد هسه ما سمعنا قال في اجراءات كده قاموا عشان عداله بيجال لاسره اللي خساره ما في كله سؤال بطل نفسه امني بتاعه وين امني بتاعي وين انه قال من ثاني يجي إن الجيش كتير إننا سيكيورتي إننا وزارة داخلية إننا وزير بتاع سيكيورتي بتاع أمني شغلهم شنو
فتوا بلاغ ولا مو فتوا بلاغ ناس فتوا بلاغ
فتاة بلاغوا العساكر في منطقة لا عساكر قال لا دي ما شغلهم هم بتجيها مشارع شفت حاجة كده موسف يعني ده عساكر جابوا من بارك الله يجي بيشتغل في شارع عشان يشيلوا قروش بس لكن قروش عربية ماشي يوغندا بيشيلوا قروش يعني يوغندا بيشيلوا قروش كل في جيبه ما بيحامي شاب المغا في منطقة دي ما شغله ما تشاف دي ما شغلهم يعني بيمارس يعمل بيزنس بس زي عساكر بتاعنا بتاع يوين جابوا هنا عساكر بتاع يوين ما في شكل كل نهاية ما في شكل يلوين بيقولوا أمامهم يوم غايدين أنا سألت واحد أنا قال معلومة أن جابكم شنطة مصلى هناك في لا قال لا ما شكل عندي أسرة هناك عندي مرة جيافة عندي أطفال أنا نموت في بلد أزول تاني نهاية يجي الشاكة ده جروز يالف والأسرة في بلده نفس يعني يجي بتاعنا هنا يعني مين وطنية ما فينا دواتن بتاعنا بموت أجل وطن بتاعي لا كل ميندو وطن بلده بيكون باركزال أو محل ولا جا من فوق لكن ما لا وش يقال فوق بدل جروش يوري ما أدري بس أحجار هاي فكنا بنقول كان حاجة نقول فيدرالية أي لا كل الجيش بتوع لو كان الجيش بتاع ولاية في محله كان ما هيجي ما حصل من بعد يا بلد تومن ديا وطن بتومن ديا شعب بتومن من ديا ما بيموت أجل وطن أجل شعب ده حاجة كده الموسف يعني ولا أصلا ولا الناس يلي بيرجعوا ولا عدالة ولا شنو ناس قاعدين بس لاين فات حاجة كده موسف جدا بمعنى حاجة زي ما بيحسي ما بيكرر نفسه ما بوقفه لو كان يازد رواه لهم قبضهم سجنوا أو دوف محكمة بتقلل شوية الناس هم يقولوا لا في رول أوف لو حاجة زي بعطال لكن سيبونه ده هيجي دور ثاني تبغى دور الحكومة وينو ناس الحكومة وينو قاعدين بدون حكومة بدون مسؤولين ده حاجة كده موسف سيدي يا أخوي إيمانويل جوزيف السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام. حاجة موسف وبنقول تعازي للأسرة وبنتمنى إنه طبعا ده بيلقى على عاتق بتاع القطاعات الأمنية المختلفة عشان يقوموا بالتحقيقات بتاعهم في الحادث اللي حصل هناك. والجيش طبعا ما بالضرورة الجيش يكون من بحر غزال ولا يكون من وين، الجيش ممكن يتم توزيعهم في أي مكان في جنوب السودان في أي وقت، لأنه هم جيش بتاع الدولة. لكن شكرا للمشاركة بتاعك. ده نمشي لزمن بتاعنا وين الأخبار باللغة الإنجليزية.
This is iRadio.
The iRadio.
Your eye on South Sudan.
Right, it's time for news headlines. Darlington Moses is here. Good morning, Darlington. What do we have today?
Good morning, Emmanuel Joseph Akile. The Bank of South Sudan has banned the holding of currency and commodities, warning that individuals and businesses and financial institutions found violating the directive will face fines, account freezes, or criminal prosecution. Doctors Without Borders has successfully evacuated more than 1,000 residents from Old Fangak Jungle Estate after a critical dike breached on August 30th. An international scene and aid workers supporting rescue efforts after the devastating Sudan landslide, which reportedly killed hundreds of people, has said it had caused a mountain to collapse, leaving just one non-survivor so far.
Right.
This and many more coming up in a 7 o'clock bulletin.
Thank you, Darlington Moses. عنوان الأخبار هنلقى التفاصيل في رأس الساعة.
Your eye on South Sudan. iRadio. Your eye on South Sudan. iRadio.
Welcome back from the break. Now, the South Sudan Revenue Authority, or SSRA, has collected 956 billion South Sudan pounds from January to August this year. And according to Commissioner General Simon Akile, speaking during a welcoming ceremony for the newly appointed Deputy Commissioner General John Mading Bol Makwach held in Juba yesterday, Commissioner General Simon Akile revealed that all revenue collected during this period was fully remitted to the Ministry of Finance and Planning. Now, breaking down the monthly collections, Akile stated that in January they collected 93 billion SSP. In February, 77 billion. In March, 132 billion. In April, 139 billion. In May, 122 billion. In June, same amount, 122 billion. In July, 151 billion, and in August 120 billion SSP. Now, the Commissioner General also commended the Revenue Authority staff for their efforts and urged them to continue upholding integrity, professionalism, and accountability in their work. However, Akile also issued a stern warning against unethical practices, and he cautioned staff working in the government financial institution against engaging in malpractice, emphasizing the importance of discipline in public service. His remarks followed an internal review by the HR department, which uncovered that over 200 individuals were on the agency's payroll without proper justification. Akile also highlighted ongoing reforms within the Revenue Authority aimed at strengthening transparency and efficiency in tax administration. Now let's listen to what he had to say.
It is good to clarify that the revenue that we collect don't remain in South Sudan revenue account. The revenue that we collect are religiously remitted to the Ministry of Finance account without balance. And it is the Ministry of Finance that actually spent these revenues for national development. And I want to appreciate our Ministry of Finance that from January, when we started with Honorable Taban, we collected 93 billion in January, and it was remitted and salaries were paid. We collected 77 billion in February, because it was a short month, and salaries were paid. We collected 132 billion in March, and salaries were paid. We collected 139 billion in April, and salaries were paid. And in May, we collected 122 billion. In June, same amount, just a difference of points, 122 billion. And in July, we collected 151 billion. That is the other month. And in August, we have just collected 120 billion. The share of South Sudan Revenue Authority out of all this, take your calculator, is 9%. 9% is what remains with us here. No addition, no minus, which is managed by the DCG and the CCS to run the institution. So it is good information to let you know that the money we collect don't remain here, and therefore we are not a spending agency. We are a collecting agency. From January to date, all these revenues that we have collected is because of unity of purpose between us and the staff of South Sudan Revenue Authority, of which the custom division, when we took over with Honorable Taban, was actually collecting 24%. That was the highest we have ever collected. But in the month of July, month of June, custom revenues has risen from 24% to 41%, leaving domestic revenues to 59%. This is the trend of reforms that we are trying to inculcate into all of us, both the leadership and the junior staff. This ceremony is not only about leadership transition, but also celebrating continuity, service, and our shared commitment to the mission of revenue mobilization, institutional growth, and accountability. We have been very transparent in implementing the government agenda, and that is why whatever decision we take is known. There is no secret here. We take shared decisions from the leadership positions up to the staff level. And I personally communicate these decisions by myself to some of you, either in domestics or in custom. You know that I come down to you there and we talk. And we resolve issues while standing together, either in your divisions or in your departments. Let us remember that our collective missions remain unchanged. Mobilization of non-oil revenues and efficiency in collecting revenues, transparency in our work, and strengthening our taxpayer service compliance. We have to build these institutions anchored on integrity, professionalism, and accountability, and to contribute to economic stability and prosperity of the Republic of South Sudan. The journey ahead will not be without challenges, but with teamwork and commitment and leadership, we will continue to make progress. And for the last few weeks, the commission headed by the Commissioner of Corporate Service managed to discover 224 staff that are not supposed to be getting salaries from our payroll. And that is not the end. We'll continue to screen the payroll, including those who are working in other institutions. Some of you are working twice. Work here in the Ministry of Finance, in the Bank of South Sudan, in NILPET, and in everywhere. It doesn't work like that. I am calling for those who are working somewhere else, please resign. Either you are working here or you are working there. But you can't be working everywhere. And everywhere means no delivery of service. Government officials work in one government institution. You can be a consultant, is allowed. You can consult outside, but you cannot be a staff of Central Bank or NILPET or Minister of Finance or other institutions, and at the same time you are a staff of South Sudan Revenue Authority. How do you work? How many 8 o'clock do you have for you to leave in the morning to go to Central Bank, and the same morning you arrive at Revenue Authority? This is malpractice. Please resign wherever you are, come and work here. We have no issue with you. But if you can't work here, please resign from here transparently and you go work there. I think that should be made very clear. I have just sent a circular out that you have to resign from where you are and you come here. And the next phase is for the committee to screen and find out within the same payroll that you have, how many are working elsewhere and how many are working here. So before we embarrass you, please resign. That is my humble request to you. Issues of compliance, smuggling, our colleague from custom, please, let us try. Let us try to accept compliance. Of late, there is a very big stock of cigarette that came out from the airport, worth 1.75 billion SSP worth of taxes, smuggled out from the airport, not from the border. And when we want to tell people that this is wrong, somebody go and look for guns. This is not acceptable. We have just established a new team in anti-smuggling, and they need your support. The report that I have there is very dirty. You collect and you don't remit. That culture should end. Let us collect taxes and remit them to the government account. Issues of compliance are custom. Compliance is a custom term. It is something that you should be keeping all the time in your mind. If you have been in custom for the last how many years, 10 years, 20 years, and you have not managed to be rich, then it's time to work for the government. Let us work for our government so that the government can deliver services. Domestic tax, let us try our best to compete with custom, because custom is catching up with you. And it's because we installed an office in Mombasa, in Malaba, in Gulu, and in Numile. All these 4 offices have increased the share of custom. Domestic tax is also for you to run away from them. Run away from them, and if your percentage of 41% custom is 100 billion, and the percentage of 59% is 200 billion, then we cannot complain. But if the percentages are low, then it is up to us to be able to make sure we maximize on collections. And it is until when we do total collections. When I came here, you know how much you are earning as salaries or incentives. We came and sat down with my colleagues, commissioners, and we increases salaries. Those who are earning maybe 300, they're earning about $1 million, because we know that we can do it. People were asking me, why are you increasing salaries? Where will you get money from? But I said they will be the one to bring. It is their job to increase, because the moment we increase more money, then our 9% become what? Become more. So it is a race. You don't work, no salaries. That's what it means. You work, and 9% become more, and therefore our salaries also are increased. This is what you are doing. It is not like salary of the government, whether you go to office or not, you're still being paid. This one is a corporate institution where you have to work to be paid. And collectively, our 9%, we have to raise it as high as possible. And for doing that, government revenues must also go high. So for you to get medical, increase salaries, and all this, let's hit the road. Let's get government revenues higher. And our 9% become high, and all of us here, our pocket will be full of money. And our position as a revenue authority is that we don't like exemptions. Because exemptions take away the total revenues that we are supposed to collect from custom. If I tell you today, maybe last month, I need to see the records, but it's about 25 billion SSP was exempted through Numile. Because now we are recording every exemption and the value exempted, and it is reported as revenues. So if 25 billion is exempted, and normally was about 45. So 25 plus 45, that is 70 billion. That is the money we have lost. And we continue to encourage exemptions. And our president, Salva Kiir Mayardit, mentioned in SPLM House that even if it is me bringing goods, please tax me. The Munutahande Ajama, Munutahani, who is this other person that is encouraging exemptions? So, Comrade Mading, they will call you and threaten you that it a mammal exemption, Butoman. Please don't accept. They will try to fight you that this guy will be removed from his position because they might have an exemption. And exemptions are easy money. Our people go and sell it to importers for illegal. Cheaply at $1,000 per truck, at $2,000 maximum. Then the rest goes to the importer. The same importer does not reduce prices in the market because you have helped him to sell him exemption. So the whole country lose. You don't benefit from prices, nor do you benefit from revenues. And this is the fight that we have, and people call us with a very high ranking, you know, they tell us, Lota Mamul exemption, Bishile Tabara was Wajai. You know, our president said no, even him, he should be taxed. So I want us to be cautious, especially when handling public issues, and to be exact public money. So we'll continue to do reform. We hope that by December we'll have reached to a certain maximum of reforms, because it is within these reforms that we use to expand our tax base. We are working on the VAT bill. It's not a secret. The value-added tax bill. We contracted a consultant, and we are at about 85% into finishing the bill. It will be presented to the economic cluster, because the sale tax regime that you are implementing is a lazy one. It's a lazy regime. It cannot bring money. For our 2024-2025 budget, the sale tax only accrued 0.16 of total revenue that we collected. But in all the countries, including Burundi, everyone is implementing the VAT regime. And it is always number one of all the revenues, followed by PIT. So we have to graduate from sale tax regime to VAT regime, so that when you are taking this water, already taxes have been paid. But as I talk to you, you are taking that water, Mafi taxes for. Where will government get money from if you don't introduce VAT to finance roads, finance hospitals, and to finance schools, among other government services? Second, we are also working on the TPA, the Tax Procedure Act. Tax Procedure Act is a document that will give us how to implement the Taxation Act itself, how to implement the Custom Act, how to implement taxes at 3 levels of government. That is the national government, where we are, the state government, and the local government. So that somebody at the local government should not tax companies that are being taxed at the state government. And at the state level, you should not tax companies that are taxed by the national government. Otherwise, you will be doing double taxation. And double taxation hurts our business community and also ourselves, the citizens. So among other reforms that we are undertaking, we hope that by the end of the year, we should have done our internal arrangements so that in 2026, 2025-2026 budget, we can implement some of these policies. Let us move together to build this institution to compete with the rest of the region. Uganda collect $1 billion a month in tax revenues. Kenya collect 1.7 billion a month. These are dollars, these are not shillings. A month. We here, we collect about 25 million US dollars a month in total revenue. So compare yourself with the region, where the region is and where you are. We need compliance for us to reach there.
نعم، ده كان هناك سايمون كوي دينغ، وهو طبعا المفوض والمسؤول بتاع مكتب الإيرادات بتاع جنوب السودان أو بتاع الإيرادات. هو كان بيتكلم امبارح في زمن استقبال بتاع النائب بتاعه الجديد. ده كان في الاستقبال اللي كان حصل في جوبا امبارح، وسمعنا عدة نقاط مهمة اللي هو طرق فيه عن جمع بتاع حوالي 956 مليار جنيه بتاع جنوب السودان. وده طبعا من شهر 1 لحد شهر 8، وهو يتكلم في نقاط تانية عدة عديدة. وده ما الزمن بقى مالي صالح. خلينا نمشي لفاصل إعلاني، بعد ما نرجع حنيجي نرفع المكالمات بكل اختصار.
Attention! The malaria vaccine is available in South Sudan, targeting children aged 5 to 23 months. The vaccine has been integrated into routine immunization services with 4 scheduled doses, which is highly recommended to be received at 5, 6, 7, and 18 months of age. Ensure your child receives all 4 doses for best protection and to boost their immunity. The vaccine is safe, free, and effective, significantly reducing the risk of malaria and saving lives. Even after vaccination, continue to sleep under a long-lasting insecticide-treated mosquito net every night. Remove stagnant water and clear the bush around your home to keep mosquitoes away. As part of the second phase, the vaccine will be rolled out across 52 counties of Upper Nile, Western Equatoria, Lakes, Unity, Eastern Equatoria, Jonglei State, Abyei, Rueng, and Pibor administrative areas. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from WHO, UNICEF, and partners.
Life is about flavor. You gotta spice things up because there's only one Benny. It's our mission to give the people more flavor because flavor is a feeling. It transforms any meal, from lunches on the go to mixes, salads, and soup. You just need one envelope to bring everyone together. Benny, live with more flavor.
Did you know non-communicable diseases like heart disease, stroke, cancer, diabetes, hypertension, asthma, and chronic mental illnesses are long-term illnesses that can't be passed from person to person? There is no exact cause. However, they are attributed to a mix of factors, including genetic, environmental, physiological, and behavioral factors. And yes, your lifestyle matters. Smoking, unhealthy eating, lack of exercise, harmful alcohol use, and even air pollution can all increase your risk. But here's the good news. You can take charge of your health. Start by adopting healthier habits like eating foods with less oils or fats and avoid sugary foods. Staying active, avoiding tobacco and excessive alcohol, and going for regular medical checkups. Stay informed, spread the word, and support healthier choices in your family and community. For more information, visit Melekia Diabetes Center within Melekia Primary Health Care Center premises. This message is brought to you by the South Sudan Red Cross and State Ministry of Health, Central Equatoria State.
صباح الخير مرة ثانية مستمع راديو في كل مكان. ده الوقت اللي فيه نرفع المكالمات. على راديو.
صباح الخير.
صباح النور. ماما ماريا تفضلي.
سلام لك في الاستوديو وسلام للمستمعين كله. يلا انا ايمانويل انا مار بجد فيروس كتير جدي فيروس دغراوي فيروس دغ اصل فيروس بي لكن انا مار nasa lere esbe ayin fi sokol uman gamul asada lere es wala gamul sunu ana ma bar pa Emmanuel le esbe won so gale kedi wodi mai ale nas ha lakin ma ta kalam da bamul nufsa to ha yala nasa de malu bamul kalamat aljede ku mini wen sai nasa de mini wen man min junu wala duman tu junu mina wala duman bara nasa ale geja bese geja sakale ala ge atulu junu kalam de masa tan kalam de ma ko kurkula ali nasa de gamul kalam der SGD ana mutaakira es osul ma wonu sugal kelima da paumuya re es gal kelima da paumuya lakin nasa sakalinde ya gamul asa nasa gera gede sai akirto de be kunsunu malu geta abu nas gede de nas takun ita geta abu nas gede malu muskila sunu jayan ayan sunu kulu iya haja kulu batal yala lebes kalam de adil kida kali nas gayer gulutum kali rahamanta robu na kali dakalu tu gulupta jamade kali maramul haja al kosi mane yaman daga mat kana na indi kalam kitir shukran
شكرا لك ماما ماريا. وشكل الموضوع ده هنمده لحد بعد الأخبار لكن لسه نواصل ونرفع المكالمات. راديو
سفير لزعيم
أستاذ مجوك
إيمانويل جوزيف أكيله بيجي.
نعم تفضل أخو.
كيف يا ولد عمي إن شاء الله كويس.
ما بطال تفضل.
يديك العافية. أنت عارف إيمانويل أنا بقول مبروك للأخوي ده بتعربنا أصور ده أول زول يعني عنده شفافية وشرح يعني شرح لشعب جنوب السودان القروش اللي بيجمعوه من شهر 1 حتى شهر 8. إيمانويل أنا بشوف الرجل ده عنده شفافية يعني هو ده زول ما بخاف إنه بيشيلوه ولا ما بيشيلوه كويس. بس في 3 نقاط. واحد يعني ذكر القروش جمعوه من شهر 1 حتى شهر 8 من شهر 1 لشهر 1 وشهر 2 وشهر 3 قال قروش دفعوه يعني الناس بتصرف ما هي جاء من شهر 4 5 6 7 8 وما ذكر قروش لكن ما قال قروش أرياز دفعوه كويس. ده حتى ليه من شهر 1 حتى شهر 3 دفعوه ومن شهر 4 ليه شهر 8 ما دفعوه ليه كويس. وقروش قاعد يمشي في وزارة مالية. ده النقطة الثالث ذكر حاجة مهم جدا إنه في ناس شغالين في مالات 2 كويس. الناس شغالين في مالات 2 أسماء موجود في كشوفات لكن ما شغالين هناك في ربنا أسر لكن أسماء موجود في كشف التصرف. طيب أنت لو شفت اللغة بتاعه هم بيقولون بليز ما كلمة بليز ده أنت قاعد ترجع يعني أنت تقول من فضلكم يعني مش كده أنت قاعد تحنس في ناس. الناس اللي قاعد يحنس فوقه ده يلتها ده ناس جابوا ناس مسؤولين لأنه إذا كان ده عامل هذا ده ما ده له تحنيس. أنت ما ممكن اسمه يكون موجود في كشف مرتبات وأنت ما شغال في مؤسسة. ما بقول لك بليز تعال ما بسمع بليز تعال في نظام الشغل لكن بقول لهم بليز ده ممكن كويس. إما تخلي الشغل أنت فوق هناك ده إما اسمك بيشيله هنا في ربنا أصر كده. شوف المسلسل ده يوم ما أقدر كوربشن أنا ذاك شفت ده يوم محل فوق مشاكل وده يوم محل ناس بيشيلوا فوقه كويس. لأنه الناس ديل جابوا ناس كبار وناس مسؤولين بريكومنديشن كويس بيجي بس في شهر بيصرف قروش. شوف شكل الفساد يقول لك كشف فساد أعظم فساد يوم موجود في ربنا أصر كويس. الحاجة الأخيرة إنه القروش يعني أصلا في كم قروش أكثر من كم مليار ناس في تجارة النملة يعني ما جمعوا. فإيمانويل كلام قاعد نقول أخواننا الجنوب عنده قروش خلينا من البترول ما كلا دخلوا في جيوب ناس معينين كده بعملوا كيف بناء تحت لا بن مركز قاعد ساق مبلغ ساق ما في أي جوا. طيب ربنا صرت ولا خطر خير ده خطر خير زول ده هذا ورد الجنوب فيه قروش.
سايمون أكوي نعم.
مفروض يصرف سايمون أكوي مفروض يصرف الأكثر من 5 شهور ده وينه في سنة الجديد ده وينه لأن ما صرفوا قروش قاعد يمشي في وزارة مالية. معناه شفت ده يشكل الفساد معناه ناس ما عندهم ضمير لا بحزب بتاع الشعب لا بحزب بروبر لا وطني زار ما عندهم ناس ديل.
شكرا لك أستاذ مجوك and we leave it there for now. Few seconds to the top of the hour. Up next, news in English with Darlington Moses, and I'll be right back in the second hour of the dawn. We'll continue to discuss this topic. We'll pick few calls before we move to the next item. So if you are calling, you can hold on for now because we are going for news. After news in English, you can still be part of this topic of discussion on the economy.